Hello everyone, welcome back. I say welcome back, it's genuinely welcome back, to be honest. We did some drafting earlier. It went fine. We got into the semi-finals of the FM Super League, a tournament we've won before, beaten semi-finals. Just realised I got my shirt's been taken down. Hang on, give me 2 seconds. Let's put some shirts up, shall we? Let's decorate this place. 1 sec. There we go. Now it looks like a proper place now, doesn't it? Look at that. There's no child's wardrobe there anymore now. Look at that. The magic of television. Ooh, it's all gone. It's all gone. It was never there. Beaten semi-finalists in the Super League. We did all right. We did fine. Finished a little bit earlier than we expected. So let's come back and see a little bit more of the British Steel, shall we? And as if by magic, here is the man who beat me in the semi-finals and actually went on to become the runner-up in the tournament himself, Gavin Brash. So a big shout out, of course, to GB32. Superb performance, mate. Hope you enjoyed it. That final was a bit wild, wasn't it? Only the usual, what was it? 75 goals, I think it was, in the final. So hardly worth turning up for, to be honest, really. Neutrals were bored, if anything. So here's where we are. So yeah, go and drop a follow on Gav if you can do, please. That'd be much appreciated. This, of course, is Simon Tipple. He works for Sports Interactive, to be honest. So we obviously had a bit of a scout on him. He was in the stream the other night. So there you go. There we go. Barton. Here we go. Early night with TJ. Well, we say early. It's still relatively early, isn't it? We'll get it going on. But yes, we're going to get our Oxford back on, because we need to, of course, get promoted, don't we? We need to do something. And very excited to see where it goes, because I I think we recruited fairly well, particularly this lad here, Kieran King. Now, spot what might have drawn us to this player. Okay, anyone's brand new in the stream, have a quick look and go, I wonder what we might have liked about this player. Is it his corner taking? No. Is it his long throw ability? No. Is it his penalty taking? No. 17 determination, Rogie, is a good one, because that is actually pretty impressive. And as his 14 tackling. Also, the fact that he's 18 and he's 6'8" is probably the reason that we've decided to be going, you know what, he's a centre-back who's also a possible makeshift attacking midfield left. So... he's a centre-back who's going to be a centre-forward is what he is. He's going to be one of those Dion Dublin types, I reckon. Yeah, so 6'8", 18. Let's see if we can grow him up to 7 foot tall. I reckon that's what we're hoping for, to be honest. So he comes in there, even by the way, Friendly Ghost. A DM, he could be, couldn't he? There's no way that the ball's going to get past him at that point. In fact, let's have a quick look at him. Let's see what he can he do? Can he do, DM? He might be able to, you know. Can you get players who are 7 foot tall in FM? I don't know. That's a query, isn't it, Rogie? He could be a DM. He's got decent marking. He's got good tackling. His positioning needs some work, though, to be honest, and as does his teamwork. But he's only young, so anything can happen, really. We could potentially grow him into whatever we want, you know? Make him a Segundo Volante. He looks like a Segundo Volante, doesn't he? Like, he definitely does. He's got the fitness. He hasn't quite got the acceleration or the pace, but maybe. He's 6'8". He can be whatever he wants. Stick him in goal. Do you know what I mean? Stick him on all the corners. Literally bring him on like a special teams player in the NFL. Speaking of which, by the way, obviously I'm not watching the games right now, but yesterday's games were pretty good, weren't they? Yesterday's games are pretty good indeed. Your boy Rogie, your boy is literally he's one of the guys. He is one of our first teamers at this point. He's injured at the minute, but in terms of, look at this, pre-season 7.15, and in 2 matches, one of those games was against Burnley. So you played pretty well, and you're playing pretty well. Good dribbling, good free kicks, good flair. Of course, you've got good flair, passing, technique, bit of acceleration. I think you might actually be, you know, you're certainly in the reckoning for a starting position at this point, Rogie. Bills are taking the lead against Dolphins, who hurt me at the Dolphins. I mean, they've been a surprise this season. They've been a surprise. I think the Bills are going to still be there or thereabouts. They've got to be going up towards the Super Bowl. But, hey, the 49ers got there, didn't they? They played pretty well. And the Jags, if you haven't seen the results, by soz. But yeah, the Jags are in with a shout. Never thought that was going to be a thing. But there they are. And what a game as well, by the way. What a match last night. The Jags giving the Chargers a lead and going like, have a lead, see what you want to do, see how that does it, and then we'll just beat it. Well, it's fine, we'll just beat that, no problem. Unbelievable. We need to rename Craig Charles. We're not calling him Lister, though, are we? That's the thing. We can't do that. Right, Appiah Forster still wants to leave, so it must be cashed in. Let's cash in now, right? Transfer request's gone in. Why do you hate Robot Wars? Okay, if we can cash in on Appiah Forsen, then 350 grand. I don't really want to sell him, but let's see if we can get some money for him, shall we? We'll call him Captain Butler. That is a bit niche, yeah. I wouldn't have got that. But then again, to be honest, you could have called him anything and I'd have been like, I don't get it. $500,000. See if anyone's got £500,000 lying around for Forsen. So loads of time to consider trying to sell him. So we're in no rush. And part of me thinks that, like, you know what? A pirate comedy series, yes. Now I remember. Vaguely remember, but yes, I do remember it. It definitely rings a bell. Was it Cabby and Corrie? Was he really? Okay. Can't say. I mean, strap yourselves in for surprising, but I didn't watch Corrie. Never watched it. Curtis Havenhand is wanted as well. He wanted by play teams on loan. Only Forest Green. Kiri Pierre. Mills, Connor Ferguson, 23. But of course, remember we've got to try and sign players who are younger than 23. So some of these players that we see might look pretty good, but they might not be the kind of player that we can go for. One or two we can maybe get away with, but I think maybe if we're buying lots of players who are over the age of 23, then we're going to struggle a little bit. Daniel Dodds, 27. Jaden February, you can balance out one or two older heads. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one or two we're all right with, but I know what I'm like. I know that I'll be like, let's sign a bunch of 37-year-olds, and that's not going to get me positive relationship with the board. Like, for example, someone like Sam Sheeran, very, very good. Very good. Probably far too expensive for us, and 28, but he could be the experienced head, right? Dominic Sardi, 24, attacking mid. He's not bad, actually. This isn't head-to-head. You can't sign all the old players. Is that the problem? Is that where we are, yeah? I don't think I was doing too badly in the old PvPs tonight. I thought we had a pretty decent run. I was surprised to see that we'd qualified because I couldn't do the maths properly, and I was just like, have we qualified? Actually, yeah, we have. Yeah. Oh, excellent. That was good fun. And then obviously when we get to the semi-finals against Gav, I don't know what we did in the first half. It just wasn't working for us, and then after that it was just try and throw everything at the kitchen sink. In fact, actually the gaffer of the Super League is in, so drop Murph a follow. Murph, great work, by the way, great work for everyone. Panel good. Thought the games were pretty quick. I thought the fact the whole organisation of the tournament was very good. So gotta say well done for that. Gotta say well done indeed, man. You run a tight ship, does old Murph. So give the man a follow, and do also give the you know what? Let's give the actual playoffs, the Super League, a follow as well. So it's the FM Super League, isn't it? I believe. There you go. Yeah, follow that as well. So again, you can keep yourselves up to date with basically the next tournament. So it'll come out quicker than you know. That's what she said. Maybe, I think, possibly. Sounds like that's what she said. Right. So I think from that we got maybe one person. Clifford Richards looks pretty decent, doesn't he? So we'll have a little look there. No, I thought it was good. Like I say, man, it was a well run, well oiled machine. So obviously, best of luck for the next one. Can't wait to see who you get next. Callum Lindsay, I feel like we should take a punt on him. 13 passing, 15 vision, 13 for decision making. Coming from Rangers. Really high potential for this league. Could he fit? Get him as a deep line and playmaker. That was my thinking. Like, have him in the base. Like, for if we needed to go into a 3, or if we go deep here, lose Fossen, for example, just have him spreading the play all over the place. That was my thinking. Let's go for it. Let's see how much he costs anyway. Because if he's expensive, then we'll maybe back out. But if he's reasonable, then he's not got anything to aim for at the minute. So maybe, how does £400 sound? Don't know. He wants 1,600. What do we think? Is he a £1,600 player? Oil money works. Oh, for the Newcastle game. Yeah, 100%. Baffling at the narratives coming Newcastle full game. All the attention Mitrovic, how he misses a penalty and how bizarre it was. And then lost his footing on the penalty. Nothing about how Dan Burn pulled down Pereira as the last man. Nothing happened. Yeah, it's sports washing. You know what I mean? That's 100% what it is. Everyone knows that ghost. See if we do 12 in an extra year. It's still going to be a lot in it. Not interested. Okay, fine. You know, we tried. We can maybe go back to him. We still need a striker as well, remember, because we've got Hughes on trial, but I don't think Hughes is going to be the guy, really, to be honest. As much as I would love him to be the guy, I think we've got Bailey Cadamarteri, but I don't think that having Hughes as well is the right answer. We have a new Hudlin. We do, exactly. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. That is a really good point. We actually do have a new Hudlin, and he's a centre back. So there you go. Gary can't finish. Jenna Smith can't finish. Pisani, Maltese striker. Michael McGuckin. We've obviously looked at him before because he's on the shortlist. Currently at Gillingham. 13 for acceleration, 10 for off the ball, 14 for finishing, 6 foot. What do we think? Composure 14. It's not too bad. Balance is good. Could maybe do with being a bit stronger, mind. DJ Pedro might have developed. He might actually. I doubt he has. Because I think didn't you mention, Barton, that you've got DJ Pedro in the Sheffield Wednesday save? Because that if you have, that's genius. We've pulled McGuckin in. What about Fennick? Fennick's got a bit of something as well. 6'1", 17 goals in 36 games. The division below, Stockport want him, Scunthorpe want him, York want him, Dobson or Mickey. I mean, Dobson's on like 60 odd grand or something. I don't think we've signed that many, Rogie. We'll have a quick look. Yeah, 20 grand. He has requested a move though, but I mean, he's not going to come to us, is he? Actually, if we can find 6 grand, he can. Let's just quickly go like maybe like no money, but a lot of time don't need a striker though. Let's have a little look and see how DJ. I don't think DJ has developed as much as we would have thought, actually, to be honest. I think he's probably developed as we expect. DJ Pedro still at Banbridge. He's still got finishing of 1 to 7. His jumping reach is still very good. He's still only 24. 15 goals last season, 15 goals the season before, 18 goals, 10 goals, 10 goals. He's doing enough, isn't he? He's doing enough. I kind of hope that he's still there when we come back. Do you know what I mean? Like when we get back into Northern Ireland, he's still there. That's what I'd like. I'm going to be a one club man at this point. Are we going to look at Mickey again, are we? We're looking at Mickey again. Let's have a look. I know we need a goalkeeper, but he's transfer list. He's on 28 grand a week. He's wanted by Cagliari. He'll be off to Cagliari. He won't come to Oxford. I can't see that happen. Harvey Blair looks handy. Determined, pacey, good dribbling, potentially, decent vision, potentially. If only of Neems. Jamaican and English. Might be someone. In fact, I'm sure we maybe tried to offer him a trial already, have we? I'm not sure. We'll have a look. Have a look at him. Let's see if we can get him in. Aaron O'Brien. Rogue's asking how many players we've signed so far. 4. We've got Bailey Cadamartri, of course, is coming on a free transfer, which we're delighted about. Absolutely delighted about to get him in. We've got Oliver Casey, who's coming as a centre half. Pretty decent again. 6'2", 27 years old. I think we get him in there. Of course, you sign double-digit numbers. Yeah, I don't really want to sign more than 6, to be honest. Kiffin's come in. He's that Welsh midfielder who's sort of come in from TNS. Hopefully, I'm going to make him the guy who might replace Forson if Forson goes. So got him on there, and then of course we've got Kieran King, who's potentially theoretically part of the future, but might end up being part of the first team. You never know. You never know. We certainly don't want a big overhaul. We probably could still do with another striker. We've got this guy on trial, Leon Chwimone. 5 goals in 2 games for his pre-season. I've got a contract in for him, so he's 6'4", comes in from Wolves if we get him. There's ourselves, Crewe, Mansfield and Tranmere after him, so we've got that guy there, and then we've also got another guy who we looked at on trial. If we can't get him, then our next option is this guy, Lancashire, who again is 6 foot. Again, he's a poacher though, so maybe we can sort of ease off that. But good composure, good off the ball, decent finishing, decent acceleration. So apparently better than Cadamartri. I'm not convinced. Formerly of Leicester, Tottenham, Sheffield United, Arsenal. So he's been around. Can't get Ricky J. Jones. We've already tried. He doesn't want to come and talk to us. We'll try and put it in again. He's still not. Oh, is he? Is he? Like, let's see what I think. It was $7,000 he wanted last time. And we didn't have that kind of money. Like, we've got 2,700. That's all we've got. He wants 5. We can't get RJJ, unfortunately. So close. There we are, thinking, oh, this will be great. RJJ will be back. Not on this save just yet. Tom Bloxham's requested a transfer. Has he really? $425,000. Wanted by Carlisle, MK Dons. I mean, look, let's try and get him on loan. He's not going to want to come on loan, but we can always ask him. Let's try and bring Harvey Blair in on loan. We don't want to be paying him a wage either, or anything particularly in terms of monthly contributions. Don't want that either. Shawome's gone to Crewe. That's a shame. Look at that. Valuation of potentially 1.3 million. But then again, Crewe are in the division above us, so that makes sense. Hiram Boateng, we like the look of. He's 32 years old. Kevin Minton, we quite like the look of. Do we like Minton? He's got potential, hasn't he? I know he plays in Rogi's position, but it's another youngster though. That's the only thing. Fairly susceptible to injuries is my only concern, but potentially championship standard, apparently. Bobby Clark plays everywhere. Okay, Bobby Clark. See if you can come in. I'm going to change his surname if he wants Gudger's in Gudger's books. I mean, to be fair, Gudger's probably due another new gen now anyway, so. You know, I'm expecting him renaming the entire database shortly. This guy, Sankrak Ikril Mez. No nonsense centre back, 18 years old, 6 foot, 12 jumping, 14 bravery, 8 for heading. Former Tottenham defender. Teamwork, marking, positioning. Not bad. Let's get you in for a trial, shall we? Have you got English as your... Yeah, English is second nationality as well, so at least he can get a work permit. Conor Ferguson. There's another left back. Ruben Crayston. Sam Hill. Mark Mehmet. Mark Mehmet looks handy enough. I mean, crossing's only 9. Mentally and physically he looks fine. His technical skills aren't brilliant, but then again we are in the National League. Formerly at Doncaster. See, again, we don't want to be sounds stupid, we don't want to be signing lots of players because we want to kind of loan players in so it doesn't cost us a lot, because in the eventuality, of course, that we don't get promoted, then we've got a lot of money still to be paying out. So if we can keep that money off the books, then I think we'll be happy. Zazia Linton. Very high potential. Don't really need a left back though. I think that's the thing as well. We've got to really prioritise what we need in terms of positions, because we don't have a lot of money. So obviously let's not spend money where we don't need to spend it. Let's not do what we've done before and like overload in the transfer market and be like, hey, let's buy 42 players and then wonder why no one's gelling. You know, we maybe have to think about that again as well. So this is what I like, a centre-back who knocks the ball past his opponents. I think he's probably more of a full-back than a centre-half, but marking, positioning, tackling, anticipation. Actually, we call the Forest. Actually, he's not bad. Can't get him on loan though. Mason O'Malley, fullback. Yeah, I think you're right. Probably a fullback. Joe Knight. Shields lad. Decent. Dominic Sardi, who again we've already got on the shortlist. Oscar Thorne. Walking. He looks good actually. He looks very good. Runs with the balls, moving into channels, beats the offside trap. Fullback / target forward. Yes. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Oh, they're not fussed about getting him available on loan, but hey, let's try that one out, shall we? Shearing's not available on loan, so it's not going to happen. Okay. Let's just keep going as we go. Let's have a look at these lads we've got on trial. Stop finding defender striker hybrids. That's what I've got as my search though, Rogie. I've got can play defender / centre forward. My scouts are clearly doing the business, right? Get us versatile players. In fact, to be fair, all of these players apparently are good enough. Bobby Clark can apparently play, or has the potential to be a very, very good championship player, by all accounts. Can play anywhere in the midfield. Anywhere in the midfield. Play up here. Give us a bit of an option. It's going to be exciting to see him in the wage demands, potentially 1,700 quid. It's fine. Mark Mehmet on the other wing doesn't want too much. He looks like he's probably going to develop better, actually. And that young defender, he looks fine, doesn't he? For a young centre back, he looks okay. 19 aggression, 15 for balance. Refrains from taking long shots. I think they could all be signings, and then we could say we're done, and we can then just try and find a loanee striker, or we go back to do what we did at Linfield and play 4-2-3-1. Just hate that. I hate that so much. Right, we can't get Bloxham on loan. It's not a problem. They want all of Dobson's wages paying. I mean, that's not going to happen, is it? Let's be honest. It's not going to happen. It's fun asking us to pay all this wage, but it's just not a thing. It's just not a thing. Bailey Kadamari needs number 9. Kieran King, I think he's going to have... He can have a squad number. Mensah, Lindsay, Hewlin have all left. Still got loads of trialists in as well. Got Fieldson in at centre back. Could be half decent. Burton, former Sunderland player. King has to be 4'26" or 44. What are you doing, Tony? I probably don't understand. F's in the chat for Kyle Hewlin. Well, he's not signed just yet, but he could come back though. He could come back. We haven't locked him down just yet. Remember, he's 28, so we can bring him in. We can bring him back in. Surprised to see me at Oxford. Me too, Zara, to be honest. We were expecting to be going to Scotland, but it turns out we came here instead. Primarily because there was no offer from Scotland, so yeah, that made that one a bit easier. £2 million release clause as well. Yes, please. Well, that was fairly quick. That's what she said. Scotland remembers what happened last time. Wouldn't sign him as important. He's versatile though. He can play everywhere. We've got a gap because Colville and Elliot Wheel. I mean, look, Rogi's potentially the right winger. He'll be fine. Don't worry. He'll be all right. He's got potential. Mehmet we think's pretty handy as well, don't we? So he's the backup. He's the backup. And then Erkelmez as well. Breakthrough prospect. Okay, nice. Mehmet, what are you fancying? Breakthrough prospect as well. Okay. I'll tell you what, what's our centre halves looking like? Farquharson and Casey. And Roscoe. Now Roscoe's not really good enough, but he's 6'5". Do we look at Fieldson? 15 for concentration, 13 for heading, 16 for jumping reach. I think we do, don't we? I think we see what we can get for him. He's gonna be the number 1 pick. Do you know it's a grand? It's a Rob Holding, Shane Duffy. Someone you can bring in to show up late. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. I think we're getting a team here. I think we're getting a team. And then we say that's the signings, and then if there's any more loans to bring in, we bring loans in. Yeah. But we don't look to bring any more in, I don't think. Let's try and work with what you got. Tell you what, let's try Bangura there, actually. As a DLF, see if that works. Because if we can have him there, then that might mean we don't actually need another striker. Let's put Filson in for Farquharson. And let's try these new lads out, okay? Mehmet. We'll put him in place of Long. Okay? So, Elliot Wheeler can go in on the bench. Rogi needs to rest. He's not very well. He's injured at the minute. So let's see what we've got. Okay. See what these lads look like as we're coming through. Up against Cheltenham. Okay. Another pre-season run out for the boys. Still some life in you left. Oh mate, Rogi, all the life. I'm expecting to see you starting in these matches. Oh, there's a Heskey in the Cheltenham team. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. So, Rogi, you were saying offline. A couple of other people have said offline as well. Like, looking at the Oxford side, if we could get a couple of younger players in, it's practically a derby, is it? You can get the bus from Oxford to Cheltenham. There we go then, Cardinal Chun. This must be what it is. Get that local pride early doors, right? Now, a couple of people have said though that with a couple of younger players, we might have a bit of a team here. Ian and Rick O'Shea, how are you, buddy? We've said that before. We have said that before. Too many times, I think, to be honest. Oh, he's gone down. Well blocked. Comes off Casey. Now, as we know, goalkeeper's not particularly brilliant. Starting to sort of lean into this a little bit. Murph in with a sub. 4 months. Appreciate that, Murph. Top man, you. Brilliant clearance. Mehmet gets the header on. Ian and Dan FM, how are you, pal? Welcome in. Got to get it done, mate. No, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, of course. Always appreciate the support. That's a nice turn. Oof, Asgard gets it over the top. Whereabouts at Cheltenham, though? Cheltenham must be ahead of us, surely. Surely they're League 2 side, right? Still up since 1 o'clock working on the qualifiers to us tomorrow. Mate, you're grafting. That's what we like about you. I love the fact that, you know, the show doesn't stop, does it? You know, as soon as one season ends, the next one begins. So, very much looking forward to to seeing more. If you need more people in the qualifiers, Murph, you want us to post a link out about it, ping either me or Rogi a whisper, and we'll post it up in the chat for you, for people to get in touch for future shows, obviously, not for the next one, but if we have some creators who want in, there's the big man. BTC. Oh, offside. Don't worry. Oh, ping me a DM on Discord as well. We'll post it. Yeah, like I said, good work tonight. Really good work. I can't believe we got Bailey Cadamarteri for non-league. Like, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. And for, I suppose, technically a pittance as well, in the grand scheme of things. Much love, mate. Loads to improve on, mate. For a first show, though, you got to be happy with that. You got to be happy. Like, you know, there wasn't there wasn't many technical issues, and if it's technical issues, it's technical issues, you know. Like, for what you need to learn from, there's only a few little bits that you'll pick up on that other people won't have seen. So for a first show, you've got to be happy. It's only going to get better, isn't it? The more you do it, the more you're used to it, the more you can stamp your authority on it. Chuff how it looked and how it went, little things want to tweak. Mate, from a performer's point of view, or a competitor's point of view, I should say, sorry, it was quick, really quick. Like, done and dusted by, well, the plan wasn't to be done and dusted by 8:30, but you know, to be done and dusted by 8:30 is pretty handy, to be honest. Didn't feel like we'd been doing 3 hours at that point. That's obviously testament, you know what I mean? 4 hours and it didn't feel like it. Because that's the worry in it with these sorts of shows. Like, they can feel like they drag a little bit, but I think from a competitor, as I said, from a competitor point of view, it didn't feel like it was 4 hours. Oh, a ball. Oh, that's going to be disallowed as well, isn't it? No, it's not. Beautiful stuff. Frank Marmalade's coming on. What a ball that is. And Mehmet's the man. Mehmet's up there getting himself an assist. No one likes to wait around. Just felt smooth. Just a few things to teething work. Work on. I didn't have the time this week and kind of rushed it. Hey, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things, isn't it? If you're not learning from what you're doing, then why do you bother? Best traits for a winger like Michael Elise. Depends what you want to do, Burkershaw. Like, you might want to get things like, if you play with an inverted winger, you maybe want someone like cuts inside, or if you want a wide player, then you want hugs the touchline, likes to beat opponents. So it depends on how you want to use them, really. Have we signed Lasagna yet? Not yet, unfortunately. Paper Rock. It would be good if we could. Just for memes and lols, if nothing else. Which is all we really signed him for in the Super League, to be honest. Not really. We signed him for his 17 acceleration. That's what we signed him for. He's got 15 composure. He's got 14, I think, for finishing. Off the balls are pretty good as well. So he was signed for a purpose. He was signed as an impact sub. Obviously, we had someone like Belotti on there as well, which again was another impact sub. We had Musa Barrow, who again was picked out as a... Why do you say Musa Barrow? Again, 14 for acceleration. Inverted winger, cuts inside as player traits. Can take a shot. I think he's got something like 13 or 14 finishing as well. Flair 16. So again, when you've got someone you're up against a team and they're starting to tire, you want something... You might want something a little bit different. Try and create something. Feel like Musa Barrow gets on, stretches the back line, creates something interesting. Lasagna's there. But actually, it worked. It worked in the first game against Grimmy. We put Musa Barrow on. He stretched the play a little bit more. Lasagna closed down the defender, forced him into making a mistake. He then cuts the ball back. Tammy Abraham's there, tucks in, makes it 1-1. Tammy Abraham missed a couple of absolute sitters, by the way, during this tournament, but it was good. It was good to sort of see those players playing out, and as I say, although they weren't first picks or first choices, they were definitely part of the selection process. So it was good to see them work, you know, and be like, yeah, they're kind of the players that we need. $18 for deliciousness as well. Oh, absolutely. Didn't even come with a free garlic bread, which I was a bit concerned about. Didn't get lasagna on stream this time, Rogie, but maybe next time. If anyone's interested, by the way, the current dessert stacking is Mrs. J has asked for a Black Forest Gateau, so that's the next one to eat. And Jord asked for a New York cheesecake, and Leclosian wanted a banoffee pie. So there you go. We're currently stacked up with desserts for now. So if you do cash in, then you'll be adding to the next bit. You know, you might have to wait a little bit, but we'll get there. Oof, flying in with the tackle there. Mehmet picks it up and rides the tackle though. Goes attacking, takes another tackle. Gets the ball in, keeper flaps at it. Fair play, Mehmet. For pushing there. Put Rogue on for a few minutes, give him a bit of a freshen up. It's Clark inside to Bangura. Clark, Kiffin, ball through. Oh, Lancashire puts it over the top. It takes a while to develop the garlic bread trait in him. It does a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah. But when he does, though, when he does, layers to his game. Nice header, offside. Yeah, I tell you what, this is a decent result, mine, against Cheltenham. I know it's only a friendly. Still, though. More lasagna puns. Garlic and bread, I know. Can you believe it? Oof. Someone needs to do a comedy sketch about that. That'll do. Right. Let me quickly go to the toilet and we'll come back. And that means the chair is in charge. 2 seconds. Was the chair considering cancelling? Oh, what a prick! What a prick! I thought we were friends. I love how the chair got 20 gifted subs. That was amazing. Well done, chair. Well done. Everyone knows he's the favourite. Evening, Owen. How are you, buddy? You just missed the chair, mate. Oh, stuck with me now, I'm afraid. Chair was very unresponsive as streamer. 2 out of 10 would not watch again. Really? I mean, good job I'm back then, isn't it? Otherwise, everyone loves the chair until it comes to interacting. Then all of a sudden, no. Okay, so 550 quid then for Michael McGuckin. Asked him to resign, nothing. I don't really want to play him as a poacher, but we'll do that. Blair we can't afford then. He's on 1,800 quid. The chair's our profit. The chair will guide us to light. Was in Zim stream when he finished run up his draft with views. Nice. Well played, Owen. Well played. The chair just tried to sign Hewdlin. All hail the chair. We appreciate the chair. Tactical nerd, how's this challenge going? It's going well. It's going very well. It's long. It's hard. It's difficult. That's what she said. We're currently 7 seasons in now, and we've won 6. No, we haven't. We've won 5 out of 36. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly. Don't worry. Primorac, I appreciate the fact that you're trying other things, sitting there going, I'm not being, taken in by this chair loving. You stick with what you believe, No fucking way Oxford in the National League. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because they definitely are. They got relegated on the final day of the season. So that's what happened. Final day, sunk into the bottoms, and it was just like, yeah, dunzos. So here we come. We're like, yeah, now we'll go. They're in League One in real life. I mean, I could relegate them that far down. No, I couldn't. It's lies. I'm actually quite good at the game. Don't know why I keep trying to do this to myself. Going, oh yeah, I'll be rubbish. I'm not rubbish. Roberts from Pontypridd. It's not a great finish, and so I think he might be a target man. Tony, please scout the Raspberry lad just for his name alone. I was the Renford Raspberry, 5'10". We've got to be in for him, right? Surely, this is a lad we want. Won 5 trophies in 6 years. Yeah. And you know what? When you say it like that, that actually makes it sound like we're doing pretty well. And we are doing pretty well. And I need to accept we're doing pretty well. I think there's just that little thing last year where we were like, we should have won 4 trophies. And we won 2. Yeah, that's the one, Woodsy. Yeah. Juventude de la Piedras or something, possibly. FM, what's a common English name? Must be Raspberry. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that must mean as well, thinking about this, that must mean that there must be other Raspberries in the database, because now that name exists. I'm on a Urexit journey, man. I just squeaked CSA Progresso past relegation. Progresso, we looked at them, didn't we? We did have a look at that. They were 12th when you jumped in. Remember the second division is mad, because you only play like 9 games or something. You can finish the season after 12 matches or something, and it's really bizarre. It's not quite Daryl Strawberry. It's not. Bright Zenk. There's another player potentially we can go in for. 22 games if you're bottom 6. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you play the top half. If you're in the top half, you only have to play half the season. After that, loads of games. Daryl. Big fan. I got the Dallas Strawberry t-shirt back out tomorrow. We'll do it that way. I was smacking my opponents in the draft earlier. Nice. Good work. But remember, it's only for fun, Owen. It's only for fun. No one wins anything. As proven tonight when I got knocked out in the semi-finals of an actual competition. Didn't get anything. Don't get anything for being semi-finalists. But National League is good to get good young Premiership free agents. They are, but they come in with a lot of money. Retract my subs. Shall I? No. I said it was a bit of fun, didn't I, Murph? I said that. I'm sure that's what I said. Bright Zenk. They're not sure. Airdrie signs Stewart. Oh, there you go. Airdrie signed Bryce Prince. The Spanish-Nigerian striker. Spent time in Germany. I mean, is that suggesting that this is what we need to do then? Rogie, we've definitely got to get him, yeah? That's Bright Zenk. Can't get him. Does Oxford still have Ed McGinty? I don't think so. I think he's long gone, sadly. McGinty. I'll point out wild football name. Yeah, no, Motherwell reserves now, unfortunately. Yes, he's also long gone. Paul Roberts won't come on trial. Yanis Aga won't come on trial, but look at that. 6'2", 20-year-old Austrian striker. Figured he might be handy. I mean, there's part of me now thinking, hang on, here I am looking for strikers, but we've got a 6'8" centre half. Why don't we just stick him up front? Doncaster and Gateshead have come in for the Turkish defender. Let's just boost that up a little bit. 500 quid. Offers made for Fieldson as well, and another offer for Clark. Hartlepool MK Dons. He'll go MK Dons, won't he? Yeah, let's not budge on that one then. Never mind. That's the thought I would see Yanis. Walking and reluctant to let Oscar Thorne leave. Oh, let him leave. Let him leave. He doesn't want to stay with you. You know? I know. The problem is, though, like Rogie, that's the thing, innit? You know, if you start moving your teams around, then your transfer business just goes out the window, innit? And if he goes to Franchise FC, then we don't obviously want him. You know? He's not our kind of player. Ledson's up there as the part of the players of the year. Josh Martin, someone we've been trying to trail. Mullin, obviously. Where's Scott Pollock now? As I remember saying about him in Northern Ireland. Scott Pollock is, thinking about it, I think he might have left. He is no more, sadly. He is no more. Actually, who was the guy that kept scoring all the goals? Was it for Dorkin got relegated? No, Dorkin is still there. Dorkin is still in. Let me quickly go to Ballymena, I think it was, wasn't it? Callum Marshall, that was the lad. He's only 5'10". And he only scored against us. There's Dorkin. Transfers out. Let's have a look. Released players. There, Scott Pollock. Yeah. He's gone, unfortunately. Lloyd Lewis, we've already tried for. He's not having any of it. Bambridge as well, we've looked at. There's not really players good enough for us from Bambridge. So we looked at DJ Pedro for a little bit, but then we also think that there's a potential that we might be able to go back to Bambridge at some point. So hopefully DJ Pedro stays there forever. Hopefully. 6k wage budget for next season. Board wanted me to try and stay and get promoted. Is 6k a lot? That's pretty decent though in the Uruguayan second division, isn't it? From what I remember, I think. Crew have made a bid for Elliot Warrellow. Cork and Worthing there. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like the wages were pretty cheap, weren't they? It's nowhere near as cheap as the as Indonesia, which was like pennies. This guy, what we thinking? Could potentially play in a few positions. He might be the guy who can obviously replace Clark if he's not gonna sign. 6'2", DLF, target forward possibly. Dribbling, head and long shots, determination, strength's not too bad. Off the ball's fine. Oh yeah. That 3-month break is killer. Forgot about that. But it's only 3 months though if you get promoted, because if you don't get promoted, then you've got games to play at that time. Peterborough have released RJJ, but we can't afford him. Unfortunately, we've tried so many times to try and get him in. Can't get him, but we've got Bailey Kadamari in though, so it's not the end of the world. Let's see what this guy wants. Breakthrough. Come on. Breakthrough's not. We're not going to get anywhere near it, are we? He's not going to do it. Never mind. It is the end of the world. Yes, it is. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. It is the end of the world. That's a fair point, actually. I spoke out of turn when it comes to RJJ. What am I thinking about? Right, Warrellow's gone to Cork. Fine. Let's wait for some of these players now so I have their trials ending. Then we can go again. Get rid of all this shit and empty the coffers. Well, I don't think we've got time, unfortunately. I think he's pretty much he's gonna go somewhere else, to be honest, you know what I mean? Trying him for 4 weeks no matter what. For RJJ, he didn't want to come. We tried. I have a hot take to make. Go for it. Go for it. We need to move on from posh legends and make new heroes. That right there. That right there. Rogy's got it. Rogy's got it. We can't sign Aidan McGeady from Sunderland, but we can make new heroes, and we will make new heroes. Shaden Morris. That's handy. Maybe you're ready to move on. I love that. Yeah, maybe not all of us. He's going to be too expensive. I can already tell. Star player, nah. I'm just going to leave it at this point. No. Mehmet's in. There we go. That's pretty good. So, game against Chesterfield, then we face Aldershot, first game of the league. So Mark Mehmet's come in, happy, 550 quid a week, decent. Malachi Boateng's trial is coming in to an end. He's okay, but I'm not sold on him at this point. Manuel Sardella, let him go. Colville hugs the line. So again, yeah, we're talking about the about traits for wingers. Hugs the line is quite a good one. And get a player who stretches the play. Jensen Jones. There's too many cons, isn't there, really? Doesn't enjoy the big matches, inconsistent, selfish and poor heading. Fair enough. If it's that, you know what I mean? Like, could get Kwanzaa. We could do. We had him in on loan. On trial, I should say, sorry. Actually, no, we can't. There he is now. No, that's not him. Where is he? We took a player in called Kwanzaa, I'm sure of it. I'm sure we did. Mensah's what we brought in. Again, he's not. He's there or thereabouts. Evening, Keeney. How are you, pal? Welcome in. Oh yeah, alright. So what it was that concept? Got you. I think as well we've got that issue as well. Trying to work out players that are probably now good enough in the in the game world but remembering that we're still not good enough. Like, we've obviously dropped down a little bit, so, and we have dropped down the rankings somewhat to what we're 2028, and we're managing a team that's in the National League. Doesn't necessarily mean that those players are going to be coming to us, because they're still going to be a little bit better than us. Simon Akamba, 21, 6'6". Look at that. Friendly goals predicted Arsenal to win 0-0. Triple captain Kane. Ouch. Ouch. Teddy Lawrence isn't a bad player. I think we need to get him some first team football, I think. At 5'3". Let's get him out there on loan. Murph, pleasure's always, buddy. Big shout out, of course. We will do make sure you follow Murph, by the way, and the Super League, of course. He did a cracking job. As did all of his team, so make sure you go and show them some love. Keep your eyes peeled for tomorrow's announcement. There you go. And of course, do follow the Super League as well. Who would you recommend signing up front for £50 million? That's Blitz Lion. Kyle Hudlin, maybe. Definitely get him for 50 million quid. Definitely. Depends on who you are. Depends on who else is available. You know, we're currently at Oxford trying to work out who to get as a free transfer. I'd recommend getting Erling Haaland for 50, if you can get him for 50 million quid. But Bio's good. Eden Kit Club, how are you? Christian Pulisic is a great shout. He's a American Messi. Yeah, give us a bit more context, Blitz. We might be able to help you out. Not Sheldrup as a striker. Sheldrup's not a striker. He's a winger, or inverted wing back if you're quite smart. 4-4-2 is OP. Again, it depends on who you're managing. Zukamakas. He's the left back, isn't he? Ian Sports Mad. Are we playing Search for a Star? Not yet at the minute, unfortunately. There's a, I don't know if you listened to the last Football Manager show, Sports Mad, but really sorry to say, but Search for a Star's on a little bit of a hiatus at the minute. It's gone on the bench just for now. Rotate things out, put the Tactics Garage back in. So Magookan's come in. Friendly Ghost, you'll be happy. Magookan's in. Ghost just gone on the lurk just as we get his guy in. Could work out handy. Some of that stuff's good. 15 determination, 14 flair. Balance is good. Finishing, first touch, heading. An advanced forward to join Roma, £50 million. There's your context. What season are you in? First season, second season? It's Tammy Abraham you already got. Second season. Is Vlahovic available at this point? From Juve? Ashton Fox. My squad morale plummet like a rock during the off-season. I think because they all expect different things, don't they? They sort of just they're not around each other. That's the only thing I can presume. Literally went from neutral to 60 plus in red 3 days. That's, I mean, that is pretty, yeah, that's pretty harsh. That's pretty harsh. I'm not sure. Esposito, yeah, there you go. Decent shout. Luke Pearson. We couldn't get on loan, could we? We could. Do we want him back on loan? Or did we think that he was more of a winger than of a? Because his marking's dreadful, isn't it? His jumping reach isn't very good either, but he probably is good. But I think it's probably more the fact that he's a winger. Taylor Lawrence has gone out. Finley Armstrong's left. Oh, we lost Sanchak. Got a Doncaster, League 2. He's on £1,000 a week. We were offering him £500, so that probably explains that as well. Okay, so it's a bit gutting. It's a bit of a shame. I think we missed out on Fieldson as well, didn't we? Oh no, we've got our bid in for Fieldson. Asked the board for a senior affiliate. We've only been here like a couple of weeks. They're not going to give us a senior affiliate straight away. You got to earn that. They don't just let you have it straight up. Yeah, no, not a problem at all. Like, I know it's a thing. I think everyone like sort of quickly goes, get an affiliate. You're like, yeah, you can, but you also can't. Like, you know, it would make sense long term to, I guess, get an affiliate, but at the minute, not so much. Okay, let's see how these guys get on. I'm going to play McGuckin up front, actually, on his own at this point with Bangura, and then we'll see if we bring Kadamari on the half time. We're currently in the National League Blitz line. We're doing the British Steel Challenge, so the plan is to win everything in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. We're season 7 now, so we won 5 trophies in 6 seasons, which sounds all right, but when there's 36 trophies to win, it's going to take us a little while. And also we won 2 trophies last season, so it's we're not exactly flying, but at the same time we're doing okay. I keep talking myself down. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. You know. No, it's our 5th team now though. So is it 5th? Banbridge, Portadown, Dungannon, Linfield. Yeah, 5th team. We were at Banbridge for a while. Portadown and Dungannon was definitely a quick changeover, wasn't it? No jobs in Scotland that would interview us. To be honest, we put in for Dumbarton, we put in for Stirling, we put in for Dunfermline. Got turned down for all 3. And then Oxford was here, so we thought, right, let's go in for that, because they've just been relegated on the last day of the season on goal difference. We thought, well, there might be some decent players there, and we can hopefully, you know, finish in the playoffs at the very least. Discovered some more trophies that needed to be won. Yes, well remembered, Richie. The playoff spots are from 7th upwards as well with Oxford, so if we could somehow get into the playoffs, and then there's the FA Trophy to chase as well. There is definitely some stuff to go for. Mehmet picks the ball up. Happy force with the header. Lucan thought about it. Thought about chasing it down for a minute, then gave up on it. Decent block. Casey gets out of the way. think for pre-season, man, we've been looking fairly decent. I know we're playing like a sort of very standard 4-4-2, nothing overly exciting, nothing particularly out there. Just while we get our heads around what sort of players we've got and what sort of style of football we want to play, but we've played opposition that are better than us, and we're doing fairly decent. Keane made a cracking win at the bookies yesterday, so we as mature drunk adults booked tickets to go and see Bradshaw, Humphreys and Nelson. Yes! You know what? I don't think you can get 3 better comics, to be honest. That's Ray Bradshaw, Kai Humphreys, Mark Nelson. Outstanding comics. Definitely go and check them out if you can do, everyone. As well as looking at flights to go to a game in Serie A in April. Lovely. Lovely. Where are you going? What's the game? Don't know if you've ever heard of a guy called Rodrigo Amaral of Uruguay. The man has 2 for natural fitness, 4 stamina, 8 pace. I mean, the thing is, though, would you? When we came from Indonesia, none of that was a surprise to us. We had like players with 1 strength and 1 heading, but 7 jumping reach. So yeah, 2 for natural fitness is pretty bad. Like he's got asthma and he smokes. 8 pace is pretty good though. He's quick, but he's literally 1 sprint a match, I think. He's 25. Well, he should know better, shouldn't he? I'll tell you what, let's play him as a pressing forward. If he needs to be a poacher. Technicals are insane. See, this is the thing, isn't it? It's all league dependent as well. Because remember the Sam Green with a goal. Remember the guy that we signed who had the mohawk? His technicals was fantastic. Long on the post, heads it in. Remind us we need to load the proper set pieces before we start the season, because we have moved the set pieces off now, off the posts. Even Pilgrim, how are you, pal? Welcome in. Always a pleasure to see you, buddy. How's the stream? Try and go for him as a playmaker. Get him in. Oh, nice. Gukin. Koval. I was getting doubled up. I'm going to move Koval up a smidge. Try and get him a bit more involved in the game. Ball at the top. Gukin's through. Oh, good save. Listen, the podcast went for a good 2-hour walk. Oh, bless you, sportsman. Stream was good but short. Okay. Good but short's fine. That works. Oof. That's a handy shot, isn't it? Hang on, I've just made a mistake here. I've brought King on. Let's put King at centre back. Let's bring Maguire on. Seen Kai and Nelson a lot of times. They were a no-brainer. Never seen Ray in a comedic capacity. Have through the local deaf club. His mum and dad are deaf, and as are my 2 brothers. Yeah, like, you know what? The deaf show that he does. Sorry, I call it the deaf show. Probably sounds horrible, doesn't it? But the show about having a deaf mum and dad. It's just amazing. It's so good what he does with it and how he puts it on, and like. Just he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant, and you'll have a great time. You'll have an absolutely fantastic time going and watching that show, definitely. And as a quote unquote straight stand up, he's excellent as well. He's been doing John Bishop's tour support this year, and Frankie, so can't be that bad surely. Ball at the top, Bailey gets it. Oh, bit of a wayward effort, but. So 1-0 down at Chesterfield. We're outplaying them, man. We're getting more shots. We've got more possession. Well, remember, it's just a friendly, so it doesn't really matter. 5 matches, 4 wins and a draw. Top of the table. Well, Rogie with the ball through for Bailey. There we go. We're going to go into we're going to go into the actual season having only lost to Burnley in pre-season. That's what you do, Rogie. That's what you do. Do you know what I mean? This is in pre-season, mind. We're looking all right. I'm going to go back through and work out where these teams actually are, because surely Chesterfield are a league side. Surely. I'm pretty sure Cheltenham were. And I have to see who else we played, because we won that one as well. Wins. Look at that. Oxford's there for the taking, isn't it? Look at this, right? Okay, Ilkeston, right? Okay, so they're local. Beat them 3-0. Burnley, in Sam Long's testimonial, lost 3-1. Cheltenham, League One Cheltenham, we beat 1-0. League One Chesterfield, we've beaten 1. We've drew 1-1. Gotta be happy. Gotta be happy with that. Surely. As we come into the game at home to Aldershot. That's not bad, right? So the issue we've got, Fieldson isn't registered yet, so he can't play. Because he also hasn't signed for us yet. Kieran King could potentially go straight in and make his debut. In a sense. Wouldn't that be the worst thing? Having him there as a defender straight away? Nah, maybe we put that. Maguire probably needs to go in. But then again, Kiflin's played pretty handy. Chesterfield done alright to get up to League One. Yeah, absolutely. Northern Pilgrim alert for about half an hour, drink a coffee and go off to bed, mate. It was the first stream for a week. Blake, mate, you know what? Brilliant. Bless you. Love the fact you came in. Glad you had a nice stream. Glad you didn't have any knobheads in tonight as well. But that's the most important thing. I appreciate you as always, Pilgrim. It's always a blessing, a pleasure having you in. Of course, we did give you a shout out as well. So that's cool. Just need to quickly have a little nosy around some of these players and go, right, have we got everything we can possibly need before we get started in the season? So Bangura comes out for Cadamartri, obviously. Colville, Rogie's making another stake in his claim for starting, you know what I mean? Like, gotta be. Tell you what, Rogie, the chair's in charge. 2 seconds. Right, here we go. Bobby Clark's gone to Franchise FC. Boo that man. Boo that man. Fieldson's gone to Notts County. Can you play a wide playmaker in FM23? I think so. I played a Trequartista as a right winger and for Sunderland. That seemed to work pretty handy. Took me from bottom half of the table up to just outside the playoffs. So it can work. I guess it's like It's like with everything, isn't it? If you've got the right player, you can sort of play anything, really. It's always going to be that thing of going, have you got the right player? Right. Jumping reach is going to have to go there. Try and get this all rebalanced out, I think. You try and work out who's actually got a bit of anticipation. Kiflin, maybe. Katamari on the edge of the box then, right? Okay. There we go. Anyone see the red card in the Aberdeen Rangers game today? No. Was it contentious or was it... Who was it for? I guess is the question. Who do you think it was for? I know. I was just trying to. Oh yeah, I know. There's never such a thing, is there? Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? Imagine giving a penalty not for Rangers. Be amazing, right? So, Renford Raspberry looks pretty decent, by the fact that he can't finish. 5 for finishing, but then again, Soup only had 3, so maybe there's a player there. Could be a pressing forward on defend again. Good flair, good acceleration. Aberdeen captain straight red. It's that sort of tackle if you've got a wee brother you've smashed him while playing in the garden. Yeah. All right, okay, it's one of those, is it? Bright Zenk, 6'1". Could be worth up to £10 million. Wonder if Kent will get banned for punching and elbowing Scales. Probably not. He plays for Rangers. Dave, everyone knows that. Could score one of your 5 a day. This guy looks pretty handy, to be honest. 875 quid for an advanced forward. Future's bright. The future's Zenk. Maybe. Don't really think it matters what his finishing's called if his name's Renford Raspberry. I guess you're right, Matt. I guess you're right. We signed both, don't we? Raspberry. You're going to see Keith Stroud in the Sunderland game. People say Ivan Toney bets some matches, so does Stroud. Or I mean, to be fair, right? I love the fact that Luke O'Nien came straight out and was like, soz lads, didn't mean to get sent off. I let everyone down. Like, what a guy. What a guy. Didn't let anyone down. You went in there. You chucked yourself a tackle in. That's what it's all about, right? £875. If you want to be an advanced forward, you can be an advanced forward, I suppose. Amaral is off to the first tier. Oh no! It's always going to happen, isn't it? Those sorts of things do happen. Hiroto Watanabe, can we get him in yet? Still not. Right, where's Raspberry? Renford Raspberry. I mean, what a guy. I think Raspberry's the best person. Like, he probably isn't the best player that we need, but all of a sudden we're like, I think we do need a player called Raspberry. I think we do. Kurz and Ashton want to take King on loan. Nah, he's going nowhere. That's a fair point, Rogie, to be honest. The old firm game that keeps the game relevant. They might have the lion's share of attention, but there's still another 10 clubs in the top flight and a further 32 underneath and hundreds more. Game needs marketing better for sure, but it's a disservice to say it's the old firm and that's it. Agreed. Get some more, yeah, as you say, it's all about getting that PR machine done, isn't it? Because what you need one of those PR machines that the Premier League have got that tells everyone that's the greatest league in the world, despite the fact that it's not. You need people to start believing that sort of nonsense. Raspberry could be an option. Boston have made a bid for Minton. Not Breeder for McGovern. For me, I'd be advertising the community aspect of the club's more. Stars Muted today received a recognition from the Scottish Government for their community work. Up the Stenny. Obviously under Motherwell, of course. All their work with their community. Tickets for unemployed people. Great mental health awareness, suicide awareness. Like, just, as you say, that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what makes a football club. That's not what, none of this, oh yeah, we can sell 1,000 shirts or we can pay £100 million a football. That's nonsense. It's like, what happens when there's no money there and all of a sudden you're relying on your local community. That's what a football club's all about. And you're right, Matt Blade, the Championship is the greatest league in the world. 100%. I'm behind you all the way with that. But and you know what? There's an issue there in the sports, man, where you got clubs now, Sunderland, Sheffield United, probably looking at the Premier League, fans going, there'll be a collection of fans be like, yeah, back in the Premier League, but there'll be fans like ourselves sitting there going, I don't really want to go back because it's a bit shit, and you'll go back to getting hammered every week and not really caring, and it's difficult. It's really difficult. We should get promoted and not go up. Yeah, that'd be the perfect way of doing it, wouldn't it? Because I think there is a certain tiny element that will be turning on it and being like, you know what, it's just not worth the faff. Alfie Chang, defensive midfielder. Where does Alfie Chang come from? Oh yeah. Well, hey, we've discussed banning yo-yo clubs, haven't we? That's definitely a thing we have to do. Like, if you get 2 promotions, if you get relegated and come straight back up, you then have to be like, nah, sorry. Like, you can do it twice. If you do it a third time, then just you're down. Simple as that. Stop just going up and down. It's pointless. 100% 33, 100%. Like, I don't want to watch Sunderland in the Premier League. I don't. I enjoy watching them in League One. I enjoy watching the Championship. I don't want to go back in the Premiership. It's shit. It's rubbish. You know what I mean? This is exactly the first season, Johnny. Yeah, first season with Oxford. We've got a few signings in, so I'll show you them in a second. Again, look at that. 6'4", 20 years old. Oof. Not too bad, actually. He might... Yeah, let's get him some first team football, actually. We'll show you who we've brought in. Ticket price will be capped at a tenner for adults. Yeah. Biggest disparity between the best league in the world and the SPL is crazy. United and City got 5 million each for their game being televised yesterday. Celtic got 2.9 million for winning the league. Yeah, that'll be it. That'll be it. So here's where we are then. Here's where we are in terms of transfers in. Non-league teams have done what non-league teams have done that, won the league, want to stay in the same league because of finances. Sometimes they're banned because their stadiums aren't good enough, and it's not because they haven't got enough money. Unless someone will probably correct me that someone probably did not get promoted because they couldn't afford to go professional. I'm sure that that'll have happened somewhere. Can we not ban Norwich from the Premier League? Yeah, Norwich will be banned. Fulham will be banned. West Brom will be banned. Middlesbrough would have been banned a few years ago, but they've decided to stay in the Championship for a bit longer now, which is good. Support a local team that will never win anything of note, barring a multi-millionaire takeover, and I'm pretty confident with that. I mean, yeah, I want that. Like, I'm 42. I want that now. I want to just have like a football team that's mine, that I can sort of have something that's quite tangible. Again, I guess that's why I like Sunderland. I don't know whether whether York will be the thing. Try and get the kids involved, but that depends if they want to go. If they don't want to go, then that's fine, you know. If they don't, then not a problem. Any Giants in the side? Giants win non-league football. Giants, you say, Johnny? Giants, you say? Well, there's a 6-foot striker, so he's not a giant. There's a 5'8" winger. He's not a giant, but he's pretty good, to be honest. I think you'll agree there. There's a 6'8" 18-year-old. He's a giant. He's 6'8". He's 6'8", and he's 18 years old. He is a certified giant. So yes, we bought one. We absolutely bought one. Kyle Huffman's only 5'8". He's teeny tiny. Casey's 6'2", so he's about average height as well. And then we got Bailey Kadamari back as well. So 6'1's worth of Bailey Kadamari, which, what's that? That's 6 signings. Happy. Imagine if a guy grows to 7 foot. Like, yeah, this is what I think. I'd love to see that, Panda. I don't know if it's possible for a player to grow to 7 foot, but yeah, it would be class, wouldn't it? Absolutely class. So here we go then. First league game of the season. I'm tempted to play the big lad, to be honest. I'm tempted to put him in there for his debut, but I'm reckoning Sam Roscoe goes in at this point because we aren't sure how he's going to get on. Don't want to put all that pressure on him first of all and be like, right, you're 18 years old. I mean, he isn't far from the level of the first team. He probably could go on and probably do fairly decent, but I think give it to Sam Roscoe first of all to be the guy and go, right, just do it. Bid farewell tonight. Rogie, appreciate you. We'll see you soon, my man. I think we'll bring him on, and everyone's gonna be like, here he comes, the big lad's here. Be amazing. Okay, Hurahan, Casey, Nemeth, Magookan. Oh, there you go. Right, there's if he scores, Magookan. Start him just for corner routines. Bring him on just for corner routines because everyone's like, oh, like if it's 0-0, and they're like, yeah, we've got the steer of these guys. We know what's going on. And all of a sudden, like, oh shit, who's this lad coming on now? 6'8". Literally like bringing on a wrestler. Right, so Oxford's in yellow and blue. Aldershot in red. First match of the National League season. We're expected to finish 6th, so a bit of pressure for us, but also not too much pressure. The fans and the board want us to finish in the playoffs rather than go straight back up, which again is okay, to be honest. Pre-season was fine. We only lost against Burnley, beat Ilkeston, beat 2 League One sides, So we drew with Chesterfield, when we beat Cheltenham. So decent enough. The stadium announcer introduced him like the Undertaker. Exactly, weighing in at 13 stone 12 at 6 foot 8 inches tall. Like, to be fair, if it was the Undertaker, I'd expect the lights to go out for this guy to come on as well, and have him just standing on the centre circle. And they're like, oh my god, oh my god. Mehmet, great ball in, Bailey Cadamartri just over the top. Imagine an NFL specialist for set piece being drawn from corners and free kicks. Oh yeah, I'd love that though. Here's Colville. Oh, off the post. Oh, should have been a goal. It looks like he's wearing gloves, which I'm not 100% keen on. Mehmet in for Magukin. No goals so far in the league from anybody. Okay, Roscoe's getting nervous, but Kieran King is getting warmed up. Get a call on the floodlights go out, they come back on, he stood at the near post and everyone else is laid down. Yeah, sign his brother Harry Kane. Harry Kane! Right, I think the big lad's going to have to come on now, isn't he? Enough of this football lark. Let's go positive as well. When we were drunk last night looking for games to go to, it was cheaper to go to the same. So let me just quickly wait for this highlight to finish and I'll read this one out. Barty. Feel there's a goal coming. The ball. It's a good save. When we were drunk last night looking for games to go to, it was cheaper to go round, about the same price to go to Milan than it was to go to a Premier League game. Wasn't there that thing a while ago saying that it was cheaper to have a Barcelona season ticket and fly to the games every single week than it was to have an Arsenal season ticket? Sure, that was a thing. So I'm going to put Bailey as a pressing forward, and also there you go, Maguire can come on for Kiflin. King's on. King, I want to see what he looks like in the match engine. This big 6'8" centre back. I want to see him just towering above there. 5'2" striker. Okay, everything looks like it's playing out fairly straightforward at the minute. We've got some. There he goes. Of course he wins his first header. Of course he does. Oof, good save by Mitov. The only problem with that plan would be getting a Barcelona season ticket. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, there's various issues with logic. That we always have a trouble with Pilgrim, but Mehmet pulls it back. Long Cadamartri. There we go. That's what we want. First game of the season. Who else? Bailey Cadamartri. Unbelievable. Generally had it right for years. Cheap tickets and beer at games. Don't know if it's still a thing, but still remember reading that their league was the cheapest out of the top leagues. I think it still is. I think some of it is subsidised, though, I believe. That's obviously why it's still a bit cheaper. It absolutely is Danny Cadamartri's son. Absolutely is. He scored 43 goals for us on loan from Linfield last season. He was available on a free transfer. He's the first person we signed when we took charge of Oxford. We're like, do you reckon Cadamartri's available on? He's available on a free transfer. So here we go. What's the hardest trophy we've won so far? to be honest, the hardest trophy was the first one, which I know sounds really stupid. But it was just getting something because we were in the 3rd division of Northern Irish football. So to get promoted and to actually win a trophy with that team was crazy. That felt like the big one. The Dungannon one was a bit of a tap in because we were in the final by the time we took the job, and Linfield almost felt like cheating because they're just better than everyone else. We should have won 4 trophies rather than 2, to be honest. So the trophies won with Banbridge, they definitely felt harder. Off to a winning start. And of course it was Bailey. Of course it was Bailey. That's what you want, isn't it? Get off the mark. Reasonable performance as well, to be honest. Can't complain with that, can we? So one day, when a better manager, you'll need to be back to Wales, yes, and Scotland. Leagues we're doing after this is probably, well, ideally we'd want to do Scotland, to be honest, but I wanted to do Scotland instead of this league. But that didn't quite happen. Didn't quite happen. So basically, because nobody approached us, so we couldn't go and get the job. But there will be an option to do so. I'm sure we'll make some inroads as the save goes on, because this is the thing, you know. So I did, Barton. Yes, you're right. I did see that goal. You sent me on a tweet, and I was meaning to reply to you, but I've been a bit preoccupied this weekend, unfortunately. But yeah, absolute banger, wasn't it? Absolute banger. Great strike. I'll retweet it actually. If you've not seen it, I'll pop it in the Discord as well. So yeah, come and hang out in the Discord, by the way, and follow the Football Manager Show if you don't already do so. So the plan is going to be Scotland after this, then Blitz Lion. Although you could argue, if we get promoted from the Panorama National, could we then have a little bit of a go at League 2? Is it possible to bounce back to back with Oxford? Maybe. You never know. But we do have to go back to Wales at some point. Not say go back to Wales. We have to do Wales at some point. We have to go back to Northern Ireland at some point because we haven't finished there in there. In fact, this is how it looks. In fact, for those people who are brand new to the save, there you go. That's what we look like. Okay, so 5 trophies down, 36 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Yeah, trophies won are in green. So some of these trophies in Northern Ireland are regional, so again we can't win those with just anybody. We have to go back and actually win with specific teams, so that makes it quite hard, a little bit harder. We then of course have to go back and try and get something in the championships. We have to try and win the championship in Northern Ireland, so that'll be handy. In Wales, of course, in Cymru South and North, there's only one promotion spot. Only one promotion spot in Cymru North and South, so we have to win both of those leagues. But yeah, when you get relegated into that division, trying to get out of it, you have to win it. At least you know you'll be a shoe-in for the TNS job. Well, theoretically, John, yeah. But it depends, because we've obviously taken a step down, in a sense. Zenk's gone to Stockport, so we've missed out on that one. Which means we might get raspberry. Our Hayes raspberry, the Renford raspberry is coming in. I guess we kind of have to, don't we? Like, we know it doesn't matter how good he is. He's going to be great. Showing an early signs of development for the future. Needs to be more clinical. I mean, is he? Let's delay it for a week. I know we're getting a bit excited because he's called Raspberry, but I'm just gonna delay it for a week because I'm not 100% convinced. Only because of the fact they wanted to play as an advanced forward, to be honest. Reckon if a good manager lower teams would take, you've never seen it before. You should do. You should be able to go down there because you've got the rep, I guess. The thing would be, you'd probably have to be out of a club. So if you weren't there, then like if you were say at Man City for argument's sake, and you applied for Carmarthen, like there's no way they'd approach you because they wouldn't be able to pay your release fee. But if you resigned from Man City and you had no contract, then I don't see why they wouldn't approach you. Because the game would just be like, right, okay, you're available now, and your rep would be like so high, you'd be straight in. Renford rejects is what I'm thinking as well. Yeah. I do like the idea of Renford Raspberry, but also I'm thinking it's just clearly going to be stupid, isn't it? It's just clearly going to be the thing that doesn't quite work. We're going to be sat going, why did we sign Renford Raspberry? Oh yeah, just because it was funny, that's why. But then if it works, and it might, it might, that's the problem. Right, Woolston's gone off on loan to Merthyr, so that's fine, he's going to get some first team football. Renford rejects and Jossie's Giants, I remember as well. Fraser Brevio is going to go on loan as well. Look at this guy as well, 6'4". He can go and get some first team football as well. So it's time for us to now go and have a look. Away at South Shields. So back up towards my old stomping ground. Sportsman's probably going to pop in and have a watch. 33's going to have a watch. It's just down the road, isn't it, lads? Get yourselves involved. Renford's rejects the Mannix did the opening tune. Did they really? That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Raspberry cheesecake Pavlova, we know why you're signing. Hey, yes, Keeney, nothing gets past you. You're 100. You're clocked in that going. I've got it. You do got it. Was the track Australia? Wow, never knew that. Well, did I not know that? No, I don't think I did know that. I'm not even going to give myself the credit. I don't think I did know that. So, excellent trivia. A lot of time for that. Okay, away to South Shields. See if we can continue the good form from our first match. I was next to Shields' ground yesterday. McDonald's, my son's footy team for breakfast. There you go. See, pre-match scout and sportsman. That's what it is. You're like, right. TJ will need to see what the Shields team's up to. So we're not going to look at the league table because it's too early in the season for that. Shields in red, Oxford in yellow and blue. Oxford kits are pretty cool as well, by the way, aren't they? My wife tells me I'm full of it. I'm assuming she means random trivia and facts, but I could be wrong. Yeah, my wife says some horrible things about me as well. She doesn't. Fine, offside. No problem there. No problem. Casey along. Nice ball inside. Bangura gives the ball away though. Oh, hang on. Oof. Only behind my back. Mrs. J, come on, you can do better than that. You can say it to my face, come on. Bangura. McDonald. Goes on a mazy run and then loses the ball. That's just what we want, isn't it? Casey Maguire. Force him. That's the ball. Bangura. Pulls it back. Kalamari. Mehmet. I'm Shields. I've gone to League One Ball and FM Mobile. While watching this. Chill time. Bless you, sports mad. Just chill. Just chill for a bit. We've only had one shot so far. It's been all Shields. a bit more positive. Might go 4-2-4 actually, see if that helps. See if we can push on a bit. Oof. Oh. That's away. Oh. Smashes over the bar. Alright, let's see if we can change this up a smidge. Calamari comes short for the throw-in. Long. Maguire. Over the top. Bangura's through. Puts his foot over it and takes out someone behind the goal. This is a chance. Calamari again coming deep. He's not on DLF duty, but he's coming deep, isn't he? McDonald does well there. Casey over the top. Mehmet's away. Oh, off the post. That's better. Colville getting the ball down the area there. Try to look as well, see if there's any players we need to try and push forward a bit more. Don't know if we start committing our full-backs to wing-backs maybe. Nice header. Goes back inside. Bangura over the top. Mehmet's chasing it. Bangura wins it back. Colville. Back outside. Mehmet's headers over the top. Is Bangura coming too deep, do we reckon? Do we need to put him on like a pressing forward or somewhere, an advance forward, and try and like sort of push the lines a bit? Oh. Oh, great finish. Just switched off, didn't they? Yeah, Long trying to play offside. It's a good stop there. Comes off Long on the way in. Okay, we need to change the bits and pieces because where's the ball? Ball's mainly in down our right, so we might have to go a little bit wider. A bit more expressive hit, early crosses, right. What other rules have we got here? Could say by the keeper unlucky. Yeah, it was unlucky with the reaction, but it is what it is, unfortunately, isn't it? Right, let's also put Bangura as an advance forward, actually. Rather than DLF, he was coming deep for the ball, but maybe we go 4-2-3-1 actually. When you're chasing the game, having one up front's not ideal, but Mehmet back inside. Maguire, Calamari. At the top, Bangura's going to get there. Calamari nods it down. Forcing, good ball in for Mehmet. Oh, good save. It's better. Better, isn't it? Sign of intent. Let's go attacking. Bangura's on a 6-4. I don't see him making any. I don't see him creating anything. Just giving the ball away there as well. That's not good. Good save. Put Magukin on for Bangura. King can come on for for Casey, actually. That banger has already happened. I was wondering maybe we could have just like tricked it around, but Mehmet's been very wasteful. He has. We don't really have someone who can do something different. Maybe we just give him some different instructions. Shoot less, possibly. Shoot less often. See if that works. Maybe we go for work at the bottom of the box. Okay, we seem to be giving the ball away a fair bit now. He's conceding free kicks anyway. Meet off. I think we've taken play out of defence off, so we should theoretically launch the ball high like that. Then we put a bit of pressure on them. Wire. That's right. Let's let them come back. Blake Tracy, we've had him before. Oh no, Farquharson's missed it. Push that line up a bit. Step up more, maybe. Pass in the space. Right. Hanging for a corner for the big man. Maybe we need to play for set players on, actually. Here's Mehmet. Bursting away, pick the right pass. That's the one. Oh, how's that not gone in? Don't understand it. Any more changes, Maguire can come off now. Okay. Let's go very direct. I think we're going to lose. Calamari gets the flick on to no one. Mehmet gets it. Got players in advanced positions, but it's just not quite happening just yet. McDonald, Forson. Get your foot in. Don't watch the ball go past you. Oh. It's kind of coming, wasn't it? Kind of coming. We were pushing on, looking for that equaliser. Left ourselves. Have we left ourselves exposed at the back? I mean, here you'd think we're relatively well set up. Even now, you're thinking if he steps up, puts a bit of pressure on, we should be okay. Maybe that standard line, we should have been a bit higher. I hate the feeling going from a club we're used to winning every week to one you're not. Yeah. But that's the fun of it, though. That's the fun of it. You know, Linfield felt weird to winning all the time because it felt like we weren't really sort of paying any attention to it. We were just sort of like disengaged with it. No, we certainly weren't. We could sort of load the tactic and then just like click. It felt like it was an out of the box one really as well. Great ball. How's he missed that? It's a good job he's offside, but our tactics balanced. What in this match? You mean Sports Mad? It's fairly like we've obviously had to throw a bit more caution to the wind in the second half, but I think overall the tactics aren't too bad. It's a fairly standard 4-4-2 really. We've only just gotten into the into how the team works, so it maybe needs a bit of a tweak. we're learning the players as we go along, so certainly not panicking just yet. It's the first defeat we've had. So overall, I can't really see the issue there. Maybe we change Mehmet to a winger rather than an inverted winger. Maybe we try Rogi, because Mehmet gave the ball away a lot. But I don't see a massive concern really with what we've got. Just one game, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to sort of like instantly go, right, let's get everything gone. The only question might be, was Bangura was coming deep quite a bit. Is he in the wrong position? Like maybe I should swap. I could potentially swap. You could argue that, right, you do that. Apia Forsen goes into as the Mazzala in there, while Rogi comes there and Bangura comes there. Maybe that's it. That might be how it works. Maybe I've got the balance slightly off there, but we're up against Bromley next to it 20 seconds, so hopefully we can see something there, get a bit more of a positive outcome. But yeah, maybe that's the only thing where I'm thinking potentially the roles are slightly wrong. We've got a no-nonsense fullback on the left, so he doesn't have to get too far forward with Corville. And we've got Long, who realistically, if we had someone who's really energetic, he would go all the way up to the top. He would cover for Rogi as he comes inside, but he's a fullback on support, or he's a wing back on defend. He's not a wing back on attack. I mean, he's got the acceleration he could do, but he's 33. He is fit. We could maybe try it, but I'm just worried in case we potentially get caught a little bit too high up the pitch. But it's something to look out for. I suppose if Bangura's dropping into these spaces here, and that means that Katamari's got a fair bit to do on his own up front, so we'll see. High defensive line, high line of engagement. Maybe we go standard line with step up. Short kicks, counter pressing. Distribute the ball to the centre backs or full backs, maybe. Play the ball out of defence. It's fairly standard. It's nothing drastic at this point. It's the Funk and Soul show, a new gen. Which one's that? Using the same amazing handle tactic, basically cleaned up, changed it for a bit of a better challenge. Craig Charles, no, yes, he is a new gen. Sorry, yeah, sorry. For some reason, I got confused there. I thought, is he a name a new gen? No, he's definitely a new gen. On his own, so you can have a bit of a look at actually. That's him there. He's not too bad. He played a bit last season. 1 goal in 24 games, so hence why he's not starting straight away. But Rogi's back in now though, so that's good. And we might have Renford Raspberry coming in. Potentially shout activate when you sub him on. There is that. You could do that. You could. Jack Morehouse. They're not letting him go, are they? Minton, Carey. Okay. No Preston Watkins. Get looked at him. Corpal. Richardson we liked. Is that Richardson used to play for Burnley? It is, yeah. Yeah. What is he? He's a poacher again, isn't he? Yeah. We need more players who aren't poachers, please. That's what we'd like. Imagine that in real life. Explain the rest of the squad. You've just signed Raspberry because of his name. I think that happens more than we know. You know, Let's get him in. Let's get the Renford Raspberry in, right? Finishing at 5, but he's going to be okay. You should have sound clips for the players. The GI, oh my God, when the 6'8" player comes on and activate for Charles. We should do actually. Yeah, let's have a little look at that. We might get into that. Matthew Brooker's gone to Crew, but Raspberry's in. B-, Raspberry to be unveiled. Saunderson Ledger will be 2 divisions lower if you didn't have a memorable name. How long did Ruben Noble Lazarus play? Do you know what I mean? Everyone was thinking this is brilliant, you know. Evening, Lewitt. How are you, pal? Pleasure to have you in. Hope life is treating you good. Welcome in. That's us with 7 players through the door now. I think that's probably a lot. We don't be getting too much. Maybe we'll kind of keep it for this bit now, and we'll see what happens there. Evening, Tommy. Welcome in. You're coming from the raid. Nice to have you in. Welcome in, Raiders. Of course, this is the British Steel Challenge. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's the chance to attempt to win 36 trophies, all the trophies in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. So far we won 5 trophies out of the 36. We're in season 7 now. Just taking over Oxford United, I should say, in the Vanarama National. They've been relegated, so we're down here now. How was your save? How was your stream, Lewitt? Hope it was good. If this seems like the sort of save you're into, by the way, people who've come in from Lewitt's stream, hit the follow button. Be much appreciated. Do so. And if you're unsure about whether you should follow, how about an 18-year-old who is 6'8"? Will that tempt you? Will that tempt you? Hit follow? That probably will, won't it? Yeah. We stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. We're only on today because we've done the Super League today. But just in case you're wondering, should I follow this channel? Should I subscribe? Should I use my Amazon Prime and subscribe to the channel? 6'8", 18 years old. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, he could become a monster. You know. Showtime shot, and there you go, straight in goes. Yep, that's what I want. 18-year-old, 6'8". Thank you, appreciate the follow, very kind indeed. Should mention as well, by the way, we of course, as everyone does, there's the old Discord, and there is the link for the Football Manager show by The Athletic. If you are into podcasts, myself and RDF Tactics, every single Wednesday, bringing you podcasting for your ears. What we got there? Turned around the player unhappiness, I hope. Struggling a bit with FC Andorra. Mate, it's a good save though. Good save, Andorra, innit? Showtime shot and followed for the 6'8", 18-year-old. We all did, to be honest. We didn't even need to scout him. We just looked at him and just went, yeah, him. Definitely, he's the guy. Like, I think we'll sign him. In fact, we're going to actually play him as well. Now he's going to be in the side, making his first start, I think, to be honest. 6'8", chinned the Undertaker. Yeah, he threw himself off the top of the steel cage. Just become a basketball scout. I mean, it's easy, just like he's fucking huge. He'll do. Stick him in. Easy. Can you see them over the gates? Yes. Make sure you aim for him at set pieces. No, I'm gonna use him as a decoy. We've also signed a player here called Renford Raspberry, who again just signed for lols. Like, what a name, the Renford Raspberry. He's not even like, you know, when you give channel points to people and then they make a name up. It's not even that. That's actually his name. His name is actually Renford Raspberry. He's a new gen, obviously, but there you go. That's him there, from Sunderland. 5 for finishing, but hey, it's going to be great, right? It's going to be great. Let's have a look at the attacking set pieces, because this does definitely have to have Kieran King there. Kieran King's jumping reach is 15. Surely it's more than that, right? He's at the back post. He's not. He's attacking the near post. Get it done. His sound clip could be Australia by the Manex. Yes, that's a good point, actually. Can I use the channel points to name the tall lad Blueberry? No. As soon as I get enough points, I'm going to rename a new gen Sebastian Strawberry. Barry Banana. We're going to have just an entire fruit channel. I can understand that. Kenny Kiwi. Right. Oxford in yellow. Bromley, I think, are in red. Oh, no, they're in white. They're in their change kit. So let's see how we got Alan Apple. Yeah. Oh, it's Martin Nellen. Martin Nellen sounds like someone who works in insurance. And we can increase your excess, and you speak to me, Martin Mellon, at theinsurancecompany.com. Look at this. Mario Mandarine. Mario Mandarine. Oh, yes. Kwame Kumquat. Just a quick look on RDF. He's on Tactics 2. He's playing some asymmetric 3-3-3-3-1, and you're going nearly 4-4-2. Oh yeah. There's a difference between me and RDF, right? Absolutely, we're very different. We also played. We played each other tonight in PvP in the Super League. RDF went 2-0 up. I pulled it back though. Pulled it back to 2-2. Got a draw. That meant that I qualified from the groups and he didn't. So who'd have thought that? Phileas Pear. That'll work. Freddie Fig. Corville's through. Is he going to look up? Bailey Katamari. What a save. Walter Watermelon. McDonald's corner. How did that not hit King on the way through? No idea. The ball doesn't seem to be going to Raspberry very much. Colville's got himself an injury. That's not great. Wheeler's there. He's 6'5". He might also be quite handy to come on. We're about to concede a goal. Yes, we are. Oh dear. I thought I was on later than watching Miami Dolphins in the playoff finals. What's the score, Sportsmad? A bit concerned that we've managed to... Larry Lychee. Larry Lychee's a good one. In fact, have you just out-jumped the big lad? Tell me that's not true. Did he out-jump the big lad? Lost to the Bills 34-31. I mean, the Bills have got to be up for the Super Bowl, surely. Like 49ers obviously got through against the Seahawks yesterday. Raspberry back to Katamari. Now we're talking. And then the Jags. What about the Jags yesterday? Just giving the Chargers, what was that, a 30-point head start or something? It's like, yeah, whatever. We could do that. Raspberry with the ball back. Katamari just knocks it in. That's what we want. We'll check Corville at half time, see how injured he is. See if he comes back out in the second half. Happy how we've dominated. That's got a lower leg injury, so he's probably broken it, essentially, if we know anything about FM. Jags with Lawrence could be a wild punt. Here's a big one, Sportsman, right? Okay, I'm going with this one. The Jags have announced their home games for next season. Okay, they've got a home game against the 49ers. London, maybe? Does that sound like a London game to you? Could be Germany. I don't know which one Mrs. J will let me go. And Mrs. J is probably more likely to let me go to London than Germany. But that feels like a London game, doesn't it? Maybe I get to see my foot. Maybe I get to see Kittle in real life against the Jags. Divided loyalties. 100%. It feels like the London game, doesn't it? It feels like it. Got to get my ticket for that. Got to get my ticket for that game. I want to see McCafferty. I want to see Kittle. I want to see Debo. I want to see Boza. And I want to see the Jags. So I've always felt sorry for the Jags. Whenever we've watched them, they've been... I think they've actually won. Did they win? I think they might have... I think every time I've seen the Jags, they've actually won. So, Raspberry gets past. Pulls it back, Maguire. Forson. Blocked. What is it, London or Germany? I don't know, Mr. J. We're waiting for the announcements coming out, but either or, can I go, please? Pretty please, thank you. London would be easier because, Germany's like longer away. Oh, Long's going to get sent off, isn't he? Yellow. If it's just London, I think I've got a half decent chance of getting to that game. You saw the Jags versus the 49ers a few years back. Was that when it was like absolutely hammering it down? Nige. For you, there's also secret option C, watching it on the telly. there is that, Mrs. J. I was in Jacksonville a couple of years back and read they were playing at home. I was like, it's in London. Jags will franchise here unless it's a Super Bowl win. I hope so. You know what I mean? I'd be all over that. Genuinely, I think it'll be great. Because again, like as much as like football, I'm sort of sitting there going, oh, you know what? Like, I'm a Villa fan, or I was a Villa fan when I started out. Like, should really be a Sunderland fan. Like, I've had that sort of dilemma to go with. Like when I started supporting the NFL. I picked the 49ers pretty quickly, and it was like, yeah, obviously we were in the 80s. The 49ers were very, very good in the 80s. If I was picking a team now, then you know what? Because the Jags are here all the time in the UK, I probably would pick the Jags. I'd probably go, right, you know what? They're the UK team now. And I would love that. I would love to be able to support the Jags. And you can't. Can you have two teams? Maybe. I don't know. Who cares? But, yeah. If the Jags are the British team, then I'm a Jags fan. But ultimately, give me the 49ers. Let me see the 49ers win the Super Bowl again, please. Came close a couple of years ago. But yeah, I'd like the Jags to be British. Steelers. See, also as well, I think if I had my time again, I'd probably end up picking someone like the Bears. Or the Vikings. Mrs. J picks the Vikings because obviously, she's from York. So, McDonald with the corner coming in here. Put it on King's Head. It's a penalty. Last minute. Please not Kadamari. He missed too many in Northern Ireland. Maguire. Oh, into the roof of the net. I had a board game in the 70s and always played as Green Bay. Don't know why. Also, I like purple, says Mr. J. Like seeing the snow games. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, if you're going to pick on kit colours, the Bills uniforms look pretty smart. Blue, white and red looks pretty smart. I like the Packers colour scheme, but I would hate to follow the Packers even though they're fan owned and all that sort of stuff. I just feel like the Packers as an England fan is just too obvious. 80s was Dolphins, Cowboys or 49ers. Exactly, there was no other pyjamas from the catalogue. That's 100% it. That's absolutely it. Maybe the Giants you could get. You could always get a Giants helmet. But yeah, I think you're 100% right. You couldn't get the Bengals. You couldn't. You could get Raiders. You could get the Raiders. But I think that was just the shirt. But yeah, nice one, Sportsman. Used to get those crisps. Remember the quarterback crisps as well? Cheeseburger flavour. Corn snacks, not crisps, obviously. Data Hub introduction. Peterborough and Hull want a striker. We're not going to get him. We're not going to get that guy. I like the Bucks simply for the pirate boat. You know what? And you've done all right since. You've done all right. Obviously, you've had a bit of a rough one, but then all of a sudden you get Tom Brady and it's like, hey, look, we've won a Super Bowl. Yeah, that'll happen. Baseball was Oakland Athletic. Or was it? I never knew enough about baseball. It's a sport I never really got into. Ice hockey, I liked ice hockey. And I'd be tempted to get back into that again. Rogi's been trying to get me back into the ice hockey. I might follow Kraken, Seattle Kraken. They seem a bit mad. So I might follow them. Pittsburgh Penguins. Yeah, that'll work. Baseball is just shit rounders. Mrs. J dropping truth bombs right there. Can't argue, can you? Like, you know, you just out. It's rounders for people who need to wear headgear. You're going to see British ice hockey. I used to film ice hockey, actually, Fat Nige. I used to film ice hockey for Newcastle back in the day. Before they became, obviously, a sports watching franchise. But yeah, then we used to go to see the what's it? Sunderland Chiefs. Used to watch there, and then the Whitley Warriors as well. So yeah, I had a bit of old school UK ice hockey. I've got my family in Scotland. They love it. In fact, one of my cousins actually plays ice hockey at the minute. Durham Wasps, yes, Durham Wasps of course as well. Yeah, I've got a cousin of mine actually plays ice hockey. My other cousins in Glasgow, they used to play American football as well. So playing for the East Kilbride Pirates. And obviously where I'm from, Washington, the DC Presidents. So used to watch the Steelers. Sheffield Steelers were very good actually back in the day. They were very good. Durham Wasps, the Whitley Warriors used to be decent, but not sure it's something that they kept up with. Official score of the Leeds Knights. We had 2,000 in the last 3 games. Is that so, Nige? Okay, I'm going to keep that in mind because we might have a little wander over to Leeds. And I do like basketball. I must admit. Sorry, I've got an incredibly itchy nose now. I do like basketball. But I don't think I ever picked a team. It might have been the Houston Rockets, possibly. Might have been. Cyrus doesn't want to come and play for us, sadly, so can't get him in. Stephen Curry is a highlight reel. Yeah, he's insanely generational talent. Can never watch it because of squeaky trainers. Yes, Rich, I think that's it. I genuinely think that's it. I'm with you on that. The squeaky trainers just puts me off. It's like, yeah. 74 days until the baseball season starts. See, Keeney, I don't get it. Oh, The Last Dance was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Basketball is something in the 80s when the Nationals used to go to the Crow Tree Leisure Centre. Yeah. Crow Tree Leisure Centre used to be the thing. Then John Hall turned up with Newcastle's basketball team and he's like, I'm going to buy a basketball team. And it's like, are you really? Okay, fine, you do that then. Trying to buy, like, Newcastle Magic or whatever they were called. Don't think it went very well. Basketball season lasts for 12 million days. Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? There's like 19 games per day. And they're all away from home as well. $162 game season, man. Like, just why would you bother? Like, season tickets must cost like £9 million. At least you get value for money though, because the ball's always in play, right? Not like Premier League football. You know, the ball's never in play there. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe we start looking at some different games in the future. Maybe we start looking at like NHL or basketball and just if you think I'm bad at Football Manager, imagine how bad I could be at those games. Oof. Doesn't even bear thinking about, right? Oh, Tony's trying to press 4 buttons at once. This isn't going to work. Yeah, championship is awesome. John, don't you worry about that. We're fully behind you. Oh, Dartford at home. Oxford, of course. Ourselves away. Colville seems to have dusted himself down from his injury, so he's definitely not broken his leg, which is always handy. Dartford in black and white stripes. Or should I say white and black stripes? I guess. We play golf, PGA, Xbox, 2K23 on the Xbox is hard. Again, I quite like... I used to like the golf game on the Wii, actually. The PGA Tour on the Wii. It's quite good. Ian Rob Wilhouse, how are you? It's good, thank you. We've just kicked off in the National League. We're doing all right. We've lost one game against North Shields, which maybe we shouldn't have lost, but we are where we are. We're learning quickly. It was it's been all right. It's been pretty good. Transfer window's still open, but we've signed 7 players. I think that's enough, including a couple on loan. So it's not all permanent signings, but I think we've probably got enough players in. I am actually going to change that to... Oh, hang on. Maguire's got a free kick. Puts it in. Penalty. Ooh, who was complaining about penalties the other day? Someone in the Discord was saying about 5 penalties in a row. This is 2. Maguire. Oh, he's missed it. 11 points separating 20th place in the playoffs in the championship. Yeah. That's what it's all about, innit? Glasgow Clan have been shy this year. Hardly seen them win. My sister's birthday, took them the games and they beat Dundee 5-2. That's when my cousins go to watch the Clan. Glasgow Clan. I should put context there as well, shouldn't I? Otherwise I guess no out of context Tony Jameson clip. My cousins go to the Clan. Do they? Oh dear. So it looks like it's thrown for Dartford, which is going to end up somehow almost conceding a goal. Shackelford, Muasu, Robinson, balls over the top. That's fine, not a back to the keeper. Bit of a heart in mouth moment there, to be honest. Yeah. Kiflin misses out. Good man. Shackelford plays it backwards. Over the top. Oof. Calamari nods it down. Bangura's not going to get there. Oh, players just watching the ball as it comes through. Not going to challenge for it. He's going to score from here, isn't he? Oof. Nearly. Push him up a bit. Move him up a bit. A box to box on support, maybe. Mazzala on attack. It's all them, isn't it? We've only had one shot. And that was the penalty. Missed a penalty and we're just not having much of it, to be honest, in this first half here. See if we can do anything slightly different. Actually, I might pull. That's what I will do. But pull Bangura down there as well. Shadow Striker in there. Let's see if that works. It's a bit disappointing that Bangura's not scoring goals, but if we move him, see if he can start creating maybe. Oof. Let's see what we can do. We're still 0-0, but we're conceding a lot of possession. Cole's on a 6-5, Bangura's on a 6-5, Raspberry's on a 6-8. At least Raspberry's trying. I think we should drop again so they can't get those long balls over the top. I'm almost like, are we conceding too much space? And you're a Kiffin. No one up top, is it? That's the problem. Ball's coming back through at that. Great. Okay. Yeah, we need to think about something now. Over the top, it's a good finish, but it's not really. It's not going to help us, is it? It's all well and good applauding it, going, yeah, that was decent, but maybe we push Raspberry up top. Bring a different winger on. Bring Bangura off as well. I think I might do that. Especially if they're going to be knocking the ball around now, doing all A's. It's through again. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Dartford have got it, haven't they? Jeez. Got the edge they have on this day. Right. Just poor, innit? A bit poor. Bangura, Raspberry. It's okay. This will happen every now and again, though. I suppose that's what we need to work out as well. That it will happen. There's going to be moments that's not going to quite work. And sadly, that is one of them. Just how it is, isn't it? It's a newly built team. Yeah. It's another away game as well, remember. So also as well, we've lost again away from home. Can't believe we missed a penalty. That's the frustrating thing. Team cohesion needs to work. Yeah. Raspberry again gets the ball through. Not quite there though. Go for that ball. Go for it. Ball's in. Katamari. Evening Ansel. How are you, pal? Welcome in. Hope you're good, buddy. Dartford have only just moved themselves off the bottom as well at this point, so it's fine. We're all right. No one's there. Great. Literally no one in the area. Corville gives the ball away again. I think there's something to build on. I think we've got a few little areas that we need to definitely improve. We'll start looking at things like data hub and stuff. I think our line's a little bit too high, maybe. Oxford in the mud, Swindon Sladice, Swindon Slugs and it's just a video game. It's just a video game, remember. None of it matters. It's been a day out for Dartford, hasn't it? They've loved it. It's been a match to forget for us. They've not played well. I think that penalty miss set us off badly. Kalamari tries to score a header from 35 yards. Don't think that's going to go in. I think this is, though. I think they're a comeback. Oh, no one's there. No one's there. Kifler with a good tackle. Raspberry gets a corner. It's okay. We'll have one more game and then we'll call it a night, I reckon. Disappointing that one. But to be fair, we were hammered. To be honest, they had us from the moment we started. So maybe we need to be a little bit more defensive, possibly a bit more cautious, maybe away from home. So that's something to look at, because it is. If you look at the schedule, both defeats have come away from home. So that's maybe something we need to look at. Maybe we're a little bit too cavalier. Maybe. You know, there is that thing, isn't it? So if we go back there, Raspberry comes back off. Let's bring Raspberry off again. Also, as well, once we get a settled team going forward, then that'll help. You know, at the minute we're still trying to work out what our what our team looks like. Yeah, and it's gonna change. It will change. With things that we're doing now that we won't be doing in 10 games time. Hopefully, you would think. You would think. And if we are, then yeah, I clearly haven't learned. I clearly haven't learned. Do we keep the big lad at the back, or do we put a slightly more experienced head in? I think we maybe keep the experienced head for away games. Actually, let's keep him in there. I suppose we ought to play Sam Roscoe if needs be, couldn't we? That's a thought. There's a centre back. Didn't go in for him, did we? We did not go in for him. Bid for O'Sullivan. Yeah, you can go. Go and get yourself a bit of experience. Crinkle Kane. 6'5". I mean, No wage contribution. Yes, please. That's what we want. I don't know if it's going to be the deal or not, because I don't know if we're going to get him over someone else, but whether we'll go to Inverness Cali or not, but he's got to Inverness Cali. There you go. First ground goals for Craig Charles. Activate. He's pissed off apparently. Great. I upset him already. I thought he was happy. Well done, mate. Well done on your goals. Piss off, gaffer. Okay, fine. Bye then. Some players just don't help themselves, do they? You know what I mean? Some players just don't like it. Stevenage in the Vanarama. I mean, some teams get relegated, right? Some absolute teams get relegated. This is not as easy as we first thought it was going to be. So remember, we don't have to stay here if it gets really difficult. We can move. 4 games in and I'm already like, if the Scotland job comes up, right? Seriously. It'll be alright. It'll be fun, this. We've got a decent squad here. We'll bed them in. Players will get bedded in, and we should be on our way to something. Not sure what. Definitely can't say what, but you never know. You never know. Get the Maidstone game done. Then we're fine. It's a home game, so theoretically, we should look to win. A bit old for us. Robbie Fowler's a coach at Oxford. He is, and yeah, he's not very good, to be honest. He's not doing a great job, but he is still here. If he doesn't start to book his ideas up, then he'll be out. Thankfully, everyone's really happy that I'm here. Here's part of the problem. When you take over a team that's expected to do things, if you don't hit the ground running straight away, everyone gets pissed off. 12th at the minute. But if you look at the National League, it can change very quickly. One win puts us back up to second. So you know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. His son's there, got a scholarship. Is it really? Okay. Grajic wanted by Forest. Cardiff, look at that. Bid's gone in for Curran as well. We can't get him. We won't. They won't be going there, will they? Won't be coming to us. Jacob Fowler. Okay. But we're in 2030 now, I think, so I'm not sure he's going to still be here, but we'll have a look. Oh, sorry, no, we're in 2028. Jacob Fowler. He's already gone. He's already gone. No one's even. He's not even happened. So he's either been and gone, or he wasn't even in the game in the first place. So Grajic's gone to Forest. So, see, he was a good goalkeeper. Well done for suggesting that one. Higher tempo, positive mentality, I think. Forson's back in, so there we go. Mehmet's injured. It's just literally going to be like rotating injured players with this squad. I think this is what it's going to be. Just like constantly going, he's injured, he's not fit, he's done. Like, I think that's going to be how it's going to work. Right, there we go. Raspberry playing up front. Raspberry playing up front with Kadamatari. So hopefully this can be the start of an improvement against Maidstone. 1-1, lost 1, 1-1, lost 1. That's our current form. It doesn't make for great reading. Maidstone's lost 1, 1-1, 1-1. So we're both the same. We're in yellow and blue. They're in blue and white stripes. Sky blue and white stripes for that. So come on, Oxford. Up the Oxers. Maidstone, of course, ahead of us in the league. But we're going to want to hopefully get a positive result. We'll roll down after 5 minutes. Oh dear. We need to move our no-nonsense full-back up a little bit. So full-back on support, because we're not getting much. Everything seems to be going down that left-hand side. Yeah, time to go to Scotland Sports Mad, innit? Go, right, see you, Oxford. We'll come back later. Go ball over the top. Raspberry. Oh, what a block. Yeah, it's okay. It's only like, yeah, we're quite new here. It'll be fine. A couple of things to try out. We should be okay. Giving the ball away though. On the back, well, that's not too bad. Colville, Maguire, up over the top. Rogie fancies it. Penalty again. 3 penalties tonight in a row. Maguire scored one, missed one. Maguire about to score again. Makes it 1-1. Connor, we're using the Tato skin at the minute. So there you go, that's it there. It's the skin to download. I like it. To be honest, we used to use Renzi last year, but they didn't make a Renzi skin this year. But the Tato skin's lovely. There's also been a skin that's just come out that Jack the Cult of has been developing, and there's a Moneyball skin. It's definitely worth a look at. And, I'll get a link for that. In fact, if you search Moneyball skin, it should show up pretty quickly. Raspberry, Kadamatari. Oh yeah, the tail skin's great. Like, it's just really well laid out, really well designed. Like, Wazzy does a cracking job on it. Lovely ball. There's Raspberry. Oh. It's just really clean, isn't it? Like, there's just no nonsense kicking around on it. Raspberry nearly at the near post. It's another corner. King's in there messing around. He's 6'8". We've not hit him with a single corner. I don't understand how that is. Colville, McDonald, King pops it up. Keepers come for it. Yeah, RDF's been used. I think he got like a little tester on it, like an early access. I think him and Stinger really likes it as well. So yeah, I think there's a few of us in the community, streaming community, using this skin. So it's definitely worth a look at. Alfred Balbasaur, how are you, sir? Welcome in. How was your stream? Hope it was a good one. Rogie pulls it back, long. Forcing off the top. Quite well. Welcome in, everyone, by the way. This is the British Steel Challenge, if you're not familiar with it. The aim of the save is to win everything in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. That's league and cups. Totals 36 trophies in all. At the minute, we've won 5. We're just into season 7. Near post corners don't work that well anymore. All about far post corners. Oh yeah, I mean, you got to mix it up. Yeah, we need to work a little bit more on some set pieces to sort of try and change things out. I want to work some more on some short corners, actually. Short corners and short throw-ins is what I want to work on. The ball over the top, Raspberries away. Pulls it back. Colville. I'm getting into position, but not doing much with it when it gets there. A bit wasteful still in front of the goal, aren't we? Casey, long. Don't give the ball away there. Stupid position to lose possession. Especially when they're going to come down the other end and score. Oof. Bit of FM23, bit of a shambles for me, but fun nonetheless. Nice. Shambles and fun's what it's all about, right? I think shambles and fun should probably be what we call this stream, to be honest. Casey's having a shocker, 6.4. That's gone up from 6.3. Long intercept. Just get it cleared. Good save by Mitov. Okay, I'm wondering what we need to do. Can we push the play at all? Having quite a decent amount of possession. We're looking reasonable when we create chances. We are looking quite wasteful when we get the ball to the byline and cut it back and there's nobody there. So that's a bit of a worry. Maguire's on the yellow card as well, so that's also a concern. Long force and Rogi's gone the wrong way. He's managed to get there though. Oh, Rogi nicks it. Tell what we'll do, we'll go wider. We'll go wider and I'm going to make Rogi a standard midfielder. Standard winger on attack. What's the pass completion rate? Let's have a little look. We'll soon find out. We're playing a slightly quicker tempo, so that might be an issue as well. Maybe slow it down a smidge. If we're going direct as well. Nice interception. Good ball over the top. Raspberries away again. It's Colville. Needs to look up and do something better. Shots charged down corner. Okay. Donald. Headed away. Right. Pass completion. 84. 100% tackles won. Progressive passes are 17. So we are trying to move the ball forward. Turn down. Let's go direct. Pass into space as well, which I know will also mean we'll have a lower percentage, but theoretically means we're taking a few more risks. It's all down the left-hand side, isn't it? Donald. Maguire. Long. That's a decent ball in that one, isn't it? That's a decent ball. Casey launched at Colville again. Everything is down the left. Raspberry. Pulls it back for Cadamartri, blocked. Courage again. A decent first half. King goes for it. And look at that, 13 shots, 4 on target, 2.29 XG. Obviously we had a penalty in there as well. We're playing right, 56% possession. Okay, let's have a look. So Maguire's probably going to have to come off because he's on a yellow. Colville's not really creating anything. He's getting the ball, but he's not creating anything. He's on 6'9" though, so is Rogi. Rogi's on 6'9" as well. Centre backs are the issue, aren't they? Let's bring Casey off. Actually, no, Casey will put Farquhar on. Swap them two around. Nick Man trying to figure out whether to buy this game when I haven't played it since 18. Oh mate, it's a different game. It's a different game from 18. Like, I think it's a good game. I think it's really good. I think there's a lot to do, a lot that's changed, a lot that you'll like, a lot that you'll probably won't like. But yeah, if you've not played since 18, you'll think it's a completely different game. If you played 22, you might think, oh, there's not a great deal that's changed, but it's worth a look at, I think. I think maybe we make a change as well. Let's move Rogie up a bit. Let's move Koval up. Try and press on. Farquhar, McDonald. Brings it forward, balls at the top, Cadamarteri, Raspberry puts it wide. Oh. Oof. Rogie runs it out. This is going to be a goal in it. I think we've given the ball away too high. Long makes a mistake. Oof. Shot over the top. Let's give. What do I do? Rogie or Koval? Who's going to come off? Got a 6'5" target playmaker to bring on. McDonald, King, long over the top. Rogie nods it down. Cadamarteri. Thought we created the chance there. Nothing. Long. Rogie gives it away. Forson tries to win it back. I think that could be the moment, actually. Long gets it. Blocked. Right, Elliot Wheeler's on. Corner's coming in. Heads away. Did not let him smash it in from there though. Oof. Nick Man always loved these games since CM94. He was struggling with the depth, the tactical stuff. Join the club. Join the club, Nick Man. We're very much the same right here, to be honest. We've been there since day dot, but mate, it gets complicated. It's fun though. Here's Koval. Can't get his head up. Do we respect the point at this point? Hold on. 17 shots, 5 on target. They've had 11. 2 on target. Can't see anything else happening at this point. Unless we can get a last minute. Raspberry. What's he done there? That's dreadful. We'll take it. Respect the point. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do, innit? Stick it in there. 1 point's fine. Better than nothing. At the end of the day, I suppose. Slight change I made to the default 4-4-2 makes the whole thing a lot worse. Again, join the club. Join the club, Nick Man. Kiki, appreciate the follow. Very kind. Thank you. So yeah, we got to. We'll have a little look at what we need to do. Might need to change things up, possibly. Stevenage away, that's a hard game. Then Darlow at home. Then Nuneaton Borough away. Then Hartlepool. Then Wrexham. Oldham, York. I mean, the games come thick and fast, innit? You know? For me, it's the length of time it now takes to play a season. I ain't got the time, hence get me a fix on the mobile. Reminds me of the old CM 96, 97 days. sometimes it is about that, isn't it? Sometimes it is about just getting the game done quickly. And I think that's sometimes the best way. But I think tonight, that's not been a bad start, really. 2 wins out of 5. It's maybe not brilliant, but it's maybe not the worst. Currently it's at 13th. But a win takes us up to 3rd. So things aren't really as bad as we think overall. Okay, that's what I think. That's what I'm going with. I'm saying that, right? You can't say anything other than that. Okay, you just got to accept it. And say that's completely fine. What we'll do though is we will probably wrap up right now, I think, and we're going to go and raid into. Let's have a little look, shall we? I think Malteser Falcon's still on, so let's go and say hello to him. He's finished the season, so actually it might not be the best time to go because I think he's wrapping up. Who else have we got on here that's going to have a save on the go? That's going to be online for a little bit longer than 15 minutes as well. In fact, you know what? No, let's go there anyway. Let's go anyway. We're going to go and see Mal because we haven't seen Mal for a little while. So go and give him some love. He is a massive part of the playoffs behind the scene as well. So make sure you drop him a follow. He's a top dude. We'll be back tomorrow with some more British Steel Challenge. I appreciate everyone who's been in today, by the way, both in terms of this stream and the Super League as well. So yeah, take care of yourselves, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. All the best. Bye now.
Speed games though. Yeah, but we also have basically have like a conference level squad. So the British job done now, we can move on. Fair enough.
Oh, it's massive.
Why is everyone raiding on it? Tony! Thank you for the raid. How was your stream today, mate? And another one.